Hmm. Everything good to go? Well, I gotta get back to streaming eventually. That wasn't a good sign. Oh, brother. Not again. Seems like everything's back for now. So I'll need to make this live on YouTube eventually. Let's see though. No overdrop frames for now, so let me get through this battle. Of course the mic is not in a desirable location. Alright, moving that as far away as I can until things are good to go. And also until I make the stream public. Might as well give myself the AC. So why not? Oops. I think I forgot to change gibbles for that move. Meanwhile, the little tiny gator people are just obliterating the entire team because I'm letting them. As nice as it would be to actually catch them all, I think I'm just gonna go for it. Well, if a level 36 Gibble can one-shot my level 81 Pokemon, then what hope is there for the rest of the team? So it feels like I've had this stream going for at least a couple of minutes since the frame drop debacle. So I think we're good to go live after this. I can just assure y'all that the quality isn't going to be that much better now, or after I go live officially versus being live. Because it feels like an entire mess already. Then I'm gonna like bump it on Blue Sky. And where's the public button? Now I think I can make it more live for real. Three Shinies left till all Hisui forms sparkle. I don't like the fact that I got a little bit of a loading screen here on the preview now. No further sign of frame drops though, so that's a decent mark of assurance. Let me just take care of these gibbles and then I'll give you all a more proper introduction. I just love trying to do recordings during the summer. It's always a thing that can go to plan. But hey, I did want to get back. I'm treating this more like a warm-up, getting back into the groove of things anyways, sort of stream, so I do got that going for me. It feels like I have a lot of these sort of casual, get back in the groove of things in general, but I mean, with Pokemon XG kind of just in hard mode limbo for the foreseeable future, if I want to keep up with YouTube, I should do something. If I don't want to start up a new video series, did I do fast style or strong style? I know that did seem to be like the last of them. So I guess now's a good time as any to give my adieus. Greeting everyone, this is Jackie K. There's Satchel. It's been a little bit. Huh. I don't think... It's just my imagination, but... Okay, motion is working as intended now. As I was trying to say, though, I'm trying to get back in the swing of streaming because it seems like the best middle ground of giving people something to watch here. At least semi-frequently. Well, I go through the trouble of trying to beat the 100th battle of Mount Battle and editing all the videos that are going to come out in association with it. Hey, Genie. Your name's a little small in the little preview here, so if you got a better way for me to pronounce that, feel free to pop that in the chat. How's it going? I'm managing. Like, the day itself has been fine, but trying to do any sort of recording this time of year is always a little bit more difficult for me because I'm not really much of a heat person. And yet it's in the middle of the summer where we've had several days in the 80s and the 90s. On the good old Fahrenheit scale, at the very least. Now I'm just gonna get into combat. I am clearly not at my stride. Yeah, Niz, that's how you pronounce it. I'll try to remember Ali. Just pardon me if I end up resorting back into the names I can see on screen. Now we're going to get a shiny Machop from a mass outbreak, without the shiny charm. Nice. Yeah, that kind of brings me to the point of what I'm doing here. Like, I was bounced between some other ideas for a stream back, but for one, Legends Arceus is always easy. It's always something for me to fall back on. But secondly, I was looking through the list. I have like a little tracking app to keep track of the shiny Pokemon that I'm hunting, and I recently looked it up, and there's only like 3 Hisui forms I don't have the shiny of quite yet. So I figure, like, why not just pull up a stream and see if we can, like, capture the moments of getting things down. Well, you said it was a massive outbreak, so it's like 1-300 or something. Yeah, I mean, like, we give strives to all shinies here, like, because like, do you have shiny Hisui and Zora or Zoroark? I think I've actually gotten both. Like, I've gotten the Zora, and just over the course of trying to find the other Pokemon, I found the other Zoroark. Trying to get a shiny Alpha, so you can get the shiny Alphas Hisui and Zoroark. I don't think I've gotten Alphas of either of them. And just factory hunting Alphas in general is something I could do. Or give kiddies to. Because that does seem like an ambitious goal. Meanwhile, I'm just like, I say that I'm shiny hunting, but I'm mostly just using it as an excuse to pull up the game and just vibe to it. So, like, even though I'm hunting Hisui forms, that's like the main reason why we're going on this detour of just getting some other Pokemon in this outbreak along the way. I'm probably gonna focus and narrow down my search to what I'm looking for after this mass outbreak. But this is like something I actually started up. This particular mass outbreak was one I started up before the stream, just casually on my Switch and handheld. And instead of just playing through that portion offline until we're on screen to actually do a more focused hunt, I figured I'd just get it out of the way here, because I wasn't even sure if I was going to go live today with how much of a mess I had with streaming last night. You don't have the shinies of either, so you'll try to get the shiny first, and then go for the alpha. Nice. I'm not even sure why I'm going for Gligar. I don't remember, but I don't remember if I got the shiny in this game or not. But for some reason, I'm having faint memories of having shiny Gligar already. I'm not sure if that's actually true, or if I'm mixing it up with Pokemon Go. Yeah, like, Voltorb we are definitely good on, but it's right here, and I went to this mass outbreak in the first place to get some Rowlet checks, which is 1 to 3 that I'm still looking for. So I figured we might as well just check this out while we're here. Oh, completely forgot that the Scrabbler was still in the way. When the rarest shinies is made from space-time distortion, you know, you can probably get a shiny alpha map, but yeah, I definitely agree that the space-time rift shinies are definitely the rarest. To be fair, though, I haven't really even bothered with space-time rifts for a while, because I mostly was only going to them to get some things checked off on my Pokedex. And since all the starters now appear in mass outbreaks, I haven't had too much incentive to wait around and hunt for stuff inside the space-time rifts themselves. Granted, like, if one pops up, usually I'll just go by there and check. And, like, I think Megamite might even be one of the things that I still need to do stuff just to master the Pokedex. Yeah, getting stuff... Exactly, getting materials to craft star pieces, other selling items. Doesn't help that I'm, like, so good with money in this game that I could just ignore all the resources that would give me money for a solid minute, max out on Pokeballs, and probably still be good. But part of the reason I got to that point in the first place was because I usually, how often I would go out of my way to get those materials, even if I didn't need them. Like right here, like I don't need to catch this Graveler for anything, but it's like in red health, and it would take only slightly longer to throw a Pokeball than it would be to knock it out. And it technically does give you money for just catching stuff, so why not? And I pretty well underestimated how much time was left in this massive mass outbreak. Ah, sure. I'll get the Satchels. Technically, they're along the way, even though I could just teleport back whenever I want. Yeah, welcome to the quote-unquote Dex Completion Shiny stream. I only call it that because that makes for an easier label. In reality, like, at least 40% of the stream is just vibes. Then you can release them to get, yeah, the grinding. This game's equivalent of EV items, yeah. I probably sell the rocks quite a few times as well, because, like, I don't really need the EV for anything. I think the main team members I have, which aren't even the Pokemon that I have out here at the moment, are maxed out, are at least close to maxed out, if not maxed out altogether. So oftentimes, like, the Gert rocks and that are just more items to sell for me. Guess over here we can check the shiny boxes to reacquaint myself with everything we still need. Yeah, didn't get a Rufflet, but I did get the Braviary. Got Teddy Ursa that I evolved up into the Ursaluna. Got Zora. Got the Hisui. Samurott. Got a Sliggoo. Zorak. Studio Shock is a fun one. Yeah, I have put a lot of time into this game, and a lot of that time's mostly just been either roaming around or shiny hunting. And funny enough, like, Deponia wasn't the first shiny I got. Like, Miss here was technically the first one I got, and it was like during one of my first mass outbreaks in the game. You pulled Machop and Mr. Mine from the outbreaks. And there's a Growlithe. Avulug. Still haven't gotten Burnmite, of course. Oh yeah, of course I got a Gligar. It was pretty recently too. Did I really not evolve my shiny Basculin up to... Basculin, yeah, because I probably keep them in base forms. Just in case I accidentally catch the evolved form along the way. With the exception of that Growlithe. That was definitely one. Well, let's just say there's obviously exceptions, but in general, I tend to keep them in their base forms, just in case I come across an evolution along the way. Alright. In like a couple seconds, I think we'll be ready to get into the really grindy part of this shiny hunting. Because, like, the downside of only having 3 Pokemon left that I'm looking for. What is that necklace thing that looks like a wave? Was that in the items or the key items? Because I didn't really... I kind of missed that. Oh, the charm. You're probably thinking the charms. Yeah, there's like a little side area in Jublive Village where you can get these different types of charms. And like this one here, I think how it works is like if you end up in a situation where you're just about to die, it'll save you a hit. There's also a charm that like reduces the amount of items you lose if you get hit, so I'm not sure if I'm mixing them up there. The common one that I tend to hold on to is the ones for status conditions, like if you get poison or paralyzed on the overworld, a charm can usually just take the place of that item. Oh, probably not. The reason Glameow hasn't evolved is I have it on the team specifically for Pokedex grinding. And I wasn't going to evolve it until I done all the field tasks related to it. So like with this one, it's like use Nasty Plot. I guess it's good that you reminded me, because next time we get into a battle, where the Pokemon are low enough level, I'll just throw that fella out there real quick, get a Nasty Plot, and we'll take care of that. So let's see. So my 3 Pokemon that I still need to find are Cypher, Rowlet. What's the 3rd one? I'm gonna feel dumb once I pull it up because it's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, duh, Lilligant. Or Penalidle, in case of pre-evolved forms. I guess we'll do one in the core lens, because we did it. Burmite is tempting, but I got Avalugg, so as much as I want a shiny Burmite, I should leave that alone until we made some, at least attempted to get 1 to 3 that are actually in the list. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of tucked away in the corner, so unless you actually take the time to explore Overworld, I can imagine people kind of missing it. But in the corner here is this old lady that sells shrines, so like I'll pick Stay in Good Health. And this takes up a slot in your inventory. But in exchange, if I were to get status out in the overworld, then the charm would take place as status. And that reminds me, like, today was Lilligant Day in Pokemon Go. Unfortunately, like with how it is in the summer, I did not do it during my walk. However, because I did my walk in the morning to try to get out before the heat really goes in. You get them all personally. True, but honestly, like, minus the health ones, I feel like I'm at a point in the game where the amount of times I die are rare, if ever. And also I got enough resources that, like, if I do end up in a situation where something bad happens, it's not the end of the world. Biggest reason why I wouldn't get charms for the longest time is because they do take up inventory, and inventory's not an issue now because I've maxed out everything. But back in the beginning, that stuff was so expensive, there's rarely ever actually room for the charms. I'll keep alphas in mind once I've reached my goal of getting all the Hisui forms. But I'm not planning on going out of my way for alphas until I get these other ones, because this is a goal I wanted to do before Legends ZA comes out. Even though I'm kind of like on the fence if I'm even gonna get it, but that's a story for another time. For now, let's see if there's any elegance. No, but Outbreak of Unknowns is still pretty rare, so like I'll at least go and check that real quick. Alpha shiny hunting is kind of rough, especially if it's not a static alpha, because like well, you should know, they're not really guaranteed to appear on the field, so not only would I have to like reset until I got an outbreak of a particular Pokemon, I would have to hope to get lucky for a second wave, and for that second wave to actually have alpha forms in them. Get every shiny first and then go for the alpha shinies. We'll see, we'll see. I would say I only have I don't play this game that often. I only have 400 hours in it, but I just realized that saying that kind of makes it sound more than it actually kind of like defeats the purpose of saying that. Alright, so that's it for Unknown. Now screw it. The two things I initially wanted to do before Legends ZA came out was master all the entries in the Pokedex and get a shiny form for each of the Hisui Pokemon. Though, as time goes on and we actually got a release date for Legends ZA, my goals kind of like shift to focus specifically on trying to get shinies of the Hisui forms. And any Pokedex progress I can make along the way is what it is. So I think I was gonna hold one sec, gotta hydrate. But yeah, it was Hisui and Lilligant Day in Pokemon Go, and while I didn't go out during my walk, because the raid day didn't happen until 2 o'clock, about an hour in or so, I was just finishing up some editing and was gonna step away anyway, so I'm like, screw it, I'll just go out to the closest town I can real quick and just pick up a few Lilligants, because I was at a point where it's like, maybe I'll just use a remote raid pass to get one Lilligant. And then at that point I'm like, if I'm gonna waste a remote raid pass on that, then why don't I just go out and take advantage of the free raid passes that they give you for the event? Because I really should save any remote raid passes I get for the stuff that I actually can't do on my own. I didn't just leave Right. I saw for a sec because there was nothing there. So yeah. Unfortunately, I was not able to get any shiny Lilligant in Pokemon Go. Kind of like I haven't gotten one yet in here. But I'm happy I was able to at least just get the Lilligant in general. I only did like 4 or 5 raids, and I believe the odds of getting a shiny from a raid, at least during raid day, is like 1 in 20, so even though there's been a lot of times I've gotten much more lucky than that, can't complain about not getting a shiny when I haven't even gotten up to full odds. Well, don't mind me, I'm just having a little blink out on my controls there. Not sure if saving was the right call, because I don't even know if there's going to be any ciphers in its outbreak. I'll sort that out later if if there isn't. Cool. There's one right over there. Yeah, sparkle of Chimchars. There's enough reason to stick around and just chill to a handful of the outbreaks here, even if there's only one cipher outbreak. Because if I only do the raids or do the outbreaks that I need to do, I'd probably go nuts with soft resetting and not getting to enjoy the game itself. So for me personally, I just gotta find a balance between the two. The two being efficiently working towards getting the outbreaks I want, and just taking what the game gives me, even if it's not what my heart most desires. 3. If I catch every single one of them without knocking them out or letting them run away or something, then I don't have to keep count. I can just check the box when I'm done. Ranch. I mean, we can all agree that they're fundamentally PC boxes, even though PCs don't exist in this time era. And who knows, we might get that slim chance of a second wave on our own time. Nope. Do I go for Pichu or... Yeah, I think I'm gonna check out the Chimchar, see if there's what comes out of that second wave. I might just do Chata, even though I think I have 2 already because I like the Pokemon. And sure, we'll go with... check out the Zoro. If I'm gonna spend the berries on the mass outbreak, I might as well get all that I can from it. Is what I tell myself this time. I get the feeling that eventually I'm gonna get to the point of like, nah, my time is worth more than a few berries, but I'm not there yet. Alright, so let's get the Chimchars up here. Not even on the island where their evolve form hangs out. But I guess the outbreaks aren't exactly one-to-one to where the Pokemon would appear normally. Right. Pull this out. Hey David, welcome to the stream. You're just in time for the part of the shiny hunting stream where I get distracted and go after things that aren't my targets. even when I have multiple targets. But for me, that's like half of the fun of the game, just taking what comes along. And like if we get an unnecessary shiny along the way, then so be it. How are you doing? You got a lot of alphas. Good on you. Let's see, what's that? Game's acting like that's not all of it. Well, I guess I should inquire. What are your favorite alphas out of the ones that you've collected? And like, where is this one Chimchar that I need to catch before I can get the second wave of them? Ah, there you are. Alright. The second horse should be right here. Screw it. I think I could breeze through this quick enough if I use the jet balls. Well, actually, since we'll end up seizing me anyways, let's get this out of the way, since I've been sitting on like one nasty plot that I need to do for who knows how long now. You've gotten the Alpha Tangrowth and Infrared, Empoleon, and Torterra. That's neat. I guess it was just I guess I should clarify. When you're talking about alphas, you mean alphas in general or shiny alphas? I guess with all the shiny talk, I kind of just assumed that you meant shiny alphas, but I forgot to clarify if that was the case or not. Alright, so actually we should be good to evolve, and like I don't know if there's anything I still need to do with Per Ugly. But I might as well get it out. Take care of it now, because there's no reason to keep it as a Glameow. Oh, non-shiny. Sorry for assuming. Have you gotten a shiny Pokemon in general in this game yet? And if so, what's your favorite one? Okay. Oh shoot! If I spend all this time on the messing around with the Monfernos, then I'm not gonna have any time to check the Zora at all. Non-shiny, more moves. Okay. Well, you have a shiny Affleck. That's nice. That was one of the more recent ones that I've gotten, and like, if I could conveniently pull up clips at the moment, I would show off my reaction to it, because that was kind of fun. Just like having it just pop out of the blue was pretty exciting in and of itself. Right, I forget these things are kind of like sensitive to people interacting with them. I should have prepped before approaching the outbreak. Where is Per Ugly? Like part of the thing that keeps me sane, even when I go long periods of time without finding a shiny Pokemon, is working on this Pokedex system I'm going through. Yeah, I haven't really focused too much on Per Ugly. I suppose when you just randomly stumble upon the shiny form of it, that kind of just happens. Let's see, do I even have access to play Rough and Double Edge yet? Oh, wait, I'm level 62. That should not be an issue. And forget if I gotta do agile move or fast or strong style moves with the Perugly here. You know, it's been a while since I've had a Legend Arceus stream, so it's also been a while since I've had a chance to complain about the fact that you can't pull up the Pokedex in the middle of a battle, because that would make doing field research for things so much easier. Okay, it's agile style. Maybe a strong style as well. Oh, but no, I'm getting confirmation from chat that it's agile style. Don't mind me. I have plenty of excuses. Like, it being a hot minute since I've last done a live stream. It being hot because it's summer out. My mad dodging skills. Because I'm too lazy to actually... You thought I jinxed it there, didn't ya? Yeah, like, maybe it'd be more efficient to just battle them. But I'm having fun with this. Alright, let's fight these two. Gotta get some research in for Perugly anyways. Especially since I'll probably box this Perugly once this mass outbreak is over, just so I can shake things up and use a different Pokemon, because it feels like I've been holding on to this Perugly for a while, and I can always come back to working on this research another time. Is that really all of them? No, we got a few Pokemon hiding in the back there. Yeah, probably press my luck using the Ash style move against something that's 2 levels higher than me. Yep. Oh well, at least I get to research, and now I can catch his work instead of just beating it. No reason to, but it's in the range that I wanted to be, so might as well. Let's see. And today kind of just feels like a bit off of a day in general. I guess like last night set a bit of the tone for the morning, but also like it's a weird day because like everything that I wanted to do this weekend I got done in the morning, early afternoon, so that feels good. But the way I did it wasn't exactly in the most enjoyable way possible, so that kind of puts it down a little bit. So I guess it evens out at the very least. It's like with it being summer, some of the places I usually go to walk get a bit busy, and the specific places I would like to go aren't always as available to walk through. Because I try to at least get out any day that I have off. I try to get out for at least half an hour to an hour just for walking. It's a good way to stay in shape and a good way to like keep myself from relying completely on the treadmill to keep up with my daily exercise. Especially because like with the fact I also play Pokemon Go and it being a major motivator for my walking, there's only so much you can get out of Pokemon Go with a treadmill compared to like actually being out there. Alright, you can just go into that Pokeball. And that's all of them. I guess I had more time to mess around with the Monferno raid after all. Or why am I so used to call... I think I still got a little again raid day on my mind, because I keep calling the Outbreaks raids, and I swear that's something that's only happened today. Yeah, I could like go back, but I think at this point I've been depriving myself of actually checking out the outbreaks that I actually want to go or need to go to get the Pokemon I truly want. So this is kind of the point of where what I was saying about eventually the being efficient with my berries isn't worth it because I got so many comes into place. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's just 10. Bump this up to 81. And we're getting near the full odds. I have 181 checks recorded, which according to this app puts me at 83%. So we just sure sooner than later we're gonna get one of those shinies. Maybe not this stream, but eventually. Oh, good. I forgot to save after I did the check. Oh. So, glad it's all done. Making a lot faster work with Perugly than I was expecting. Didn't realize it was with so many Pokemon that like require like 40 agile moves and 40 strong style moves, sometimes on the same Pokemon. I kind of just assumed that we're gonna be stuck with Perugly for the long haul. But like, I think I'm gonna just keep it on the team just because that'll be simpler on my head. Instead of like checking my it's good for the flow of the stream, is what I'm trying to say. Because instead of like checking the Pokedex to see what other Pokemon I still need to do, and then going to the box and then getting it out, I can just keep the Perugly out here and do stuff with its evolved form instead. Oh, on a slight tangent, I gotta remember when that Pokemon Present for Legends EA is coming out, because personally, like, part of the reason why I'm not really too excited about Legends EA is because of that previous trailer. Like, I went from excited to kind of neutral on the game. And I'm kind of hoping that this next one can turn me around, but also, like, if it doesn't, that's all the more reason not to get it switched to, and I don't mind just focusing on the game consoles that I already have. It just feels like a good generation to do so. I'm sure something will come up for the Switch 2 eventually that I'll want, and that's when I'll get the console. Cool. Before the note, yeah, I'm still good at Pokeballs. I can wait one more set and all that. Plus, it like lets me just do a hard reset if there isn't a Rowlet in this outbreak at all. Oh, there's a Rowlet and a Darkness. So close together too, and even in Mischievous. Hi Ace, welcome. Just shiny hunting for some of the Hisui forms that I don't have already, and lucky enough there's only one Pokemon that could appear in this area that I need, and I got 2 outbreaks of them. So that's pretty cool. Technically 3 because that one's guaranteed. Yeah, Rowlet is one of the ones I need. Plus it got berries there too. Let me catch a Pokemon from this outbreak, and feel free to clarify in the meantime. he's like... Oh, come on, I'm hiding in the bushes. There's no way that you actually see me. Oh. Well, best of shiny lucks. To be fair, if it's insurance, if there's ever a time for a shiny Rowlet to appear, it should be now. Out of all the shinies I still have yet to find in Legends, I am the highest... I've been deprived of the Rowlet line the longest. It's like the one shiny that I'm hunting for that I'm actually over odds on. So, even if it's just the evolved form, surely this will be the time. Oh, I got 10 berries. That makes it easy, and I can look up exactly how over odds I am with that Pokemon in particular right now. Pull up Rowlet, which I have under Hisui. Bump that up to 36, as in 236. Yeah, I'm currently at 109% odds, so I guess that would be like 9% over the odds. I got the Shiny Charm, I'm doing massive outbreaks for them, and yet they still manage to elude me. What is better, Hisui Rowlet or normal in Shiny? I'd have to... It's been a bit since I've actually compared the two side by side, so I have to actually pull up a picture and double check first. I think personally between the two, I lean more in favor of... Frick. My group is off, I'm gonna just fight them. As I was saying though, with non-shiny forms, I lean more towards Hisui and Decidueye. So off the top of my head, I think I would lean towards shiny Hisui and Decidueye as well. Like, because didn't I get one for Pokemon Go? To be fair, I do remember what the shiny... Oh, you say Rowlet, but Rowlet actually doesn't have a form. It's his final evolution that gets a different Hisui form. That just clicked in my mind now. So technically that's a trick question, because they're both equally cool shinies, but I do have a bias towards Hisui, so I would say Hisui Rowlet for sure. I guess I'll just put these three on here now before I forget. But this probably won't be the most accurate check anyways. Because I've already... Because I know there's been times that I forgot to include a Pokemon or two. Yeah. Oh, you are referring to the final forms, you just don't know the name. Fair. I'd have to actually check myself. Oh, Decidueye. That's what it's called. Yeah, I think I have a preference for a shiny Hisui and Decidueye. I guess while we're like catching these, I could pull up Pokemon Go real quick and see if I have one, because I did take part in the raid days for those Hisui Pokemon. Wait, did I catch it? This is gonna throw off the counts completely. So let's see. What do I have in Pokemon Go? Hisui. Shiny. Oh. Well, let me get into another battle before we go further into that conversation, because I just looked at Shiny Hisui and Hisui off my phone, and I think I might actually have second thoughts. Because I'm looking at the Shiny Hisui and Hisui here, and like, it's not bad. But if I recall with normal Hisui in shiny form, there's just something about the dark green that's pretty cool as well. Yeah, I can see an argument for either or. But looking at them side by side, I think I might actually have a slight preference towards, at least in terms of pure coloration, I might have a little bit of a preference towards normal Shiny Hisui, or normal Shiny Decidueye. But the Shiny Hisui and Decidueye is pretty cool too. I think like I might actually like the coloring of the normal Hisui and Decidueye more than the normal Alolan Decidueye. Do I double edge? Oh, edge style move? Is that gonna be an issue? Yeah, speaking of issues, I can feel the heat from not having the AC on for over 40 minutes, or like close to an hour, finally coming to get me. So I'll have to decide how I want to handle that. Maybe I'll like take a bathroom break soon and turn the AC on while I take care of that, and hope that the cool air that I gather from that short time frame is enough to carry me through the rest of the stream. But we'll see. Yeah, I feel like I've been dwelling around for a while as is. Let's just clear out this outbreak. Oh, thanks for subscribing, and congrats on being 1051. Unfortunately, I don't know if YouTube actually has a way for notifications, because I won't notice that until I'm done with the stream and get the email notification at the very least. I don't have anything set up on stream, unfortunately, to like celebrate the occasion or anything. Like, I used to do that stuff with Twitch. Oh shoot, I just realized that I could have been mirroring to Twitch this whole time and never hit the start the stream button. Better late than never. I guess I just got so distracted of all the fun we were having on YouTube that I forgot to hit the button for Twitch. Oops. Guess I got a little careless there. I mean, to be fair though, I did start the stream unlisted for a good hot minute because I was having some frame drop issues the other day, and I wasn't sure if that was going to carry over to today as well. And I preferred to have that sorted out before I went live, which meant not intentionally not hitting that button right away. Something that I usually do at the start of the stream in normal occasions. Alright, now we should have the second wave. That was the jingle! Just in time to not pull up Twitch fast enough to clip it. Let's see. Creator dashboard. Well, to be fair, we haven't actually caught the Pokemon, just heard a jingle. I made a Twitch. I made a clip on YouTube before I made a clip on Twitch. It's fine. We'll get it again when. Oh, where is the shiny? Oh wait, and these are alphas! Oh my god, we got a shiny. We got an alpha raid when the shiny came around. Holy baloney! You know what that means, folks? We got a shiny alpha Hisui lurking among us. Oh my god. I guess the Hisui heard me talking smack about it. What would be best in it? Sure, I'll name it Ace. I don't have a name in mind, so sure, I'll name it Ace. Do we go for the Gigaton? Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Gigaton ball. It kind of goes with the gray part of the aesthetic. I just gotta sneak up on it carefully. Crazy you didn't see it. And Ace of the Hisui has been caught. Get the rest of these just because, like, we're here. The Hisuis are good for Professor Research money anyways. Or, I meant to say alphas. Potatoes. Right, that's the last one. Woohoo! You know, we're so close to base, I'm gonna just go and name this thing right now while I'm thinking of it. And should have just hit the clip button. After I hit the Pokeball, it's probably like too late. But that's fine, I'll just go into the highlights of the stream after this is all over and make a clip from there. It'll all work out in the end. More importantly, let's savor the moment. And check out our new... I might wait until, excuse me, after the mass outbreak is over to fully check out the shiny, but we can at least nickname it now. Change name. There we go. Ace of the Hisui. We'll come back later for you. No problems. Thanks for stopping by. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I lost count a long time ago of how many Hisuis we had roaming about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna add 5 to the counter. Like, it's technically over anyways, because we finally got it. So we'll just call it at, we'll call it on 245. Get a screenshot. Hit complete. I guess share. So let's go. For the hunt, let me double check, but I believe that leaves us with the Cipher line and the Petalil line. Yep, those are the only 2 left they need to catch a shiny of before Legends and ZEA. Yeah. And actually, let's see. You know what? Yeah, I can double check for the... I can hold out a little bit longer. I was gonna go on break because it was a good time after getting the shiny, but we still got this other stuff on here. I like Mischievous. I'll take an excuse to go after one, especially because we got a guaranteed second wave of it. let's at least get that and go from there. Finishing up this mass outbreak and then taking the break seems like the better option anyways. Only thing that makes me consider otherwise is the fact that it's hot outside. And I could use the cold air right about now. So, like, where do we go from there? I guess that at least means all the Hisui starters are taken care of. That's pretty swell. And going by this area kind of reminds me of the story of the Hisui and Gudra. Ooh, getting an alpha so soon is kind of a bit of a surprise in of itself. But yeah, on top of getting a shiny Silgu, I do have a shiny Alpha Hisuian Gudra, and it's a fun story behind it because that's the one shiny, the static shiny Alpha that I've software set it for. The crazy part about it is how it eventually got found, like how I eventually actually got the shiny, because I was doing some soft resets and then put the game down for the day. And the next time I opened up the game and revisited it, first thing I see after going to the title screen is a shiny Alpha Hisuian Gudra. And I popped off so hard that it's kind of a shame that I wasn't actually recording and it was something I was doing on my own time. So that takes care of that mass outbreak a bit faster than I thought it was going to be. Now let's get out and check out our new shiny. Oh, my favorite shiny Pokemon. That's a tough one, but the first thing that comes to mind off the top of my head is Shinx. Because it's one of my favorite Pokemon from that generation. Yellow's, I'm a sucker for the color yellow, especially when it's more of a golden yellow. And Shinx just checks all those boxes of being a cute Pokemon, one that I've used in various playthroughs, including my main team for this game. I'm sure I could come up with an even better example if I actually sat down, looked through all my shiny Pokemon, and thought about it for a bit, but off the top of my head, I would say Shinx. Dang. Just forgot about how strong and opposing it is. Oh, Mimikyu's a really good one. There's just something about the black and white coloring of it that just feels like it works perfectly. And you know what? I think I'm going to just leave the game on while I go on break. We can enjoy the snow. Maybe if we're real lucky, space-time rift will pop up. Actually, no, I don't know if it would be lucky to come across one here, because I think I've gotten all the Pokedex research done for any Pokemon that would be exclusive to space-time rifts in this area. But still, it gives people something to look forward to, I suppose. I'm going to turn on the AC, so pardon this loud noise before I mute the mic. And I'll see you all in like 5 to 10 minutes. Leaning more towards the 5. Alright. I am thinking audio quality be dang. I'm gonna leave the AC running for just a little bit longer. I'll turn it off when we get back into doing stuff. If it gets too loud to hear me before then, just let me know and I'll turn it off. I don't mind. I probably won't go for too much longer. At least a little bit. If you're still here, Alice, welcome. And thanks for the offer, but the whole point of the stream is to kind of hunt for the Pokemon myself that I'm looking for. So I don't need the assistance with any trading at this time. Again, no thanks for the offer. Glad you've been having fun while I've been gone. Nice. Yeah, like right before break, I was checking Mass Outbreaks, and right when the outbreak went on the second wave, we got Alpha Decidueye. So this is actually a shiny Alpha Decidueye, which is kind of crazy, but also totally worth it, because like so far, out of all the Hisui shiny forms I've been hunting, this is the one to go over Oz. I think we ended up with like pretty well over Oz. I forget the exact number. And as a recap, that leaves only 2 shiny Hisuian Pokemon. Technically, I could increase that more so if I wanted to go over each individual family member in the evolution line, but for right now, I'm just sticking to 1 per family. And its name is Ace. Shoutouts to that. Yeah, I think this might be the first time, if not the first time in a while, that we've actually had dual chat going on Twitch and YouTube. Usually the people end up only coming on one or the other, which I can keep track of perfectly fine because of the huge shout out to OBS, but might be a little confusing for the Twitch streamers or Twitch chatters, so I apologize. And I'll try to keep you all in track whenever I can. I'm looking for a specific shiny right now. Well, one of the big reasons why I'm streaming is to get 1 shiny of each of the Hisui forms. If you're referring in sense of trading, then nothing's really coming to mind. But if you mean just in hunting, as I was gonna say, this leaves us with the Lilligant line and the Cypher line. Funny enough, like, those two are the two that still eluded me. With how much, it felt like I was struggling with Quillfish for forever, and yet those are the two that I still need to find. Oh, I almost forgot. We gotta do the honorary step of updating the Pokedex with the new shiny form that we got. Right, holding left is faster than holding up. Yeah, so like, I don't have Typhlosion technically, but I have this Quava that I can always evolve up. Alright, see you later, Ace. Or I mean Alice. I know you said you'd be right back, but that's just the way that came out of my head. Where is it? Color. I don't think making Alpha does anything in the previous screen, but it might as well. Nice. What do you have to say, Professor Laviton? Some updates with Ugly. Save so I could probably do some soft resets. Though I feel like I'm not hurting too bad for a Pokeball restock, but I feel like I should do a Pokeball restock sometime soon just to make sure I'm on top of things. But let's see what's out there first. Nothing that time. This is half of the reason why I don't feel too guilty about running the AC right now, because we're not really doing too much at the moment. So there's not really too much to miss out on. And like, it's getting some cold air running for this room is probably the only thing that's gonna keep me streaming any longer. So let's go back and see what's out there. Honestly, thought there were 232 Pokemon in all, not 242. I thought you just needed Ursaluna. Yeah, you might want to double check a list, but you might not be wrong. Like, my Pokedex might have more because I know some of these aren't actually required for the Pokedex. Like, Shaman and Darkrai. I'm pretty sure any Pokemon that you normally need save data or somehow relates to a different Switch Pokemon game, I'm pretty sure the game doesn't count towards your required Pokedex. So like, you don't have to get Darkrai because normally you need Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Technically, I cheated and just brought over a Darkrai for Pokemon Home to put it on my Pokedex. Shaman I actually got in game though. I'll follow you. Come back. Be gone for a little bit. Sounds good. Like, no pressure. Like, come in and out of the streams when's comfortable for you. I'm just doing the show, and I would be a hypocrite if I tried to force people to stay otherwise, because there's been times that I just jump between streams or just boop out when done and ready to move on to something else that I got in the horizons. Okay, for some reason Graveler looked like a completely faded out Chansey for a moment there. I was gonna get weirded out. But yeah, speaking of other things going on, like, I appreciate anyone that's subbing, following the channel at this particular time. It is a little awkward of a time to come in because currently my major project is a playthrough of a ROM hack of Pokemon XD, Pokemon XG Next Gen, and there's a lot to it, but one of the many things there are to it is that it's harder than the original XD, which I was fine with in the main game because, like, I'm a huge Pokemon XD fan, so that extra bit of difficulty never bothered me too much until I got into the post game, into the parts that I normally struggle with in a vanilla playthrough, like Alright Coliseum, which I still have yet to fully beat in any version of Pokemon XD to this day. Or what other good example is there out here? Mount Battle. Like, I have beaten Mount Battle and the vanilla XD plenty of times in of itself, but oh boy, they made it quite a bit more tricky, and that's the main tangent I was getting at. The whole point I was dancing around was the fact that I haven't uploaded a video outside of shorts in a few weeks, and it's all Mount Battle's fault. In fact, like, I felt so self-conscious about going so long without an update and not informing people about going on hiatus via video before actually doing so, that I just took some time to purify some of the shadow Pokemon that I still had and made a video out of it that's gonna go up later this week. Like, I think Thursday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Thursday. Like, normally they go up Wednesday, but I have a short going up Tuesday, so why not space it out a little? Even though it's mostly just rambling, I feel like that'll go over the details. But long story short, Mount Battle's kicking my butt. I don't really have anything else to upload in the meantime, so there might not be any major videos for a few more weeks as I slowly grind up the team to be strong enough, or just get lucky on that particular battle. I got so caught up on that tangent I wasn't really even keeping track of if my supplies are up to the levels I want them to be, but I think we can make this work. Like, I already had more than I possibly actually needed for catching, but I feel like it doesn't hurt to to top it all off and all that. Alright. As much as I love to just keep the air running, I think I can afford to turn it off for a little bit. Gonna hop in and can create emojis for subs. I don't. To clarify for everyone, Ace has talked about it on the YouTube end. I don't think I can. I haven't looked too into it, but I assume that stuff is for, like, YouTube partners, and I don't think my channel is at that point yet. I've only, like, within the past year, even got up to 1,000 subs, which I know is one of the requirements. And I think the second requirement is related to views, and, like, And I'm pretty sure that part isn't up to YouTube standards. And then there's the whole, do I really want, like, to put up ads on my channel? And I'm not quite sure if I'm... And that's a whole other story. Since you brought it up, Ace, I'll look into it and double check, because I'd love to bring emojis and that to the channel. I just haven't even thought about it, because I've been assuming that not only that I'm not at that point, that I would never get up to that point. But I guess I should start paying more attention to that stuff now that I've at least reached the subscriber minimum. It doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, but I think it's kind of funny that, like, the very first encounter out here is an alpha. That's just funny. One. Especially because I just came in here to reset my outbreak encounters, because I was a fool and actually saved before checking to see if there was even anything worth doing. And I forgot to technically I caught a Pokemon. So now, if we have to do multiple resets, we have to watch Laviton speak every single time. So I'm gonna just cross my fingers that that's not an issue. That we just get what we need right away. You know, like... What we got here? At least a mass outbreak. Screw it. Nothing that we need is here, but if there's Burmites, I want a shiny Burmite, even though I have Hisui and Avalugg already. So I'm willing to take a detour for a Burmite. It's just a matter of if any Burmites will pop up. Well, you know, not a single Burmite here. Now, if I really want to optimize my cool air versus voice quality, I would just turn on the AC for like the couple minutes it takes to actually load up the game, and then turn it off once the game actually is loaded. But I feel like that would put more stress on the AC than actually help me get cooled off. Do you play Scarlet and Violet? Short answer, no. Longer answer, I played for the main game, though these days I really only boot it up if there's a really cool event going on, or if I just need to refresh my coin bag in Pokemon Go. Alright, I saw for a second. I forgot. Huh? Why am I back here? I thought I went to the Icelands. I shouldn't get sidetracked this easy when I'm commentating. And yet here we are. I'll give myself a pass because it's definitely been a few weeks since the last... I can't even say it's been a long time since I last recorded, because I just did some recording the other day. I might have even done it earlier today. No, it was definitely yesterday. It's the video editing I'm getting mixed up with. Why not play on stream? Well, because I want to play this game more. This is the game that I enjoy the most. We still have to get 2 shinies before I have a shiny of every Hisui form. So I don't really see any reason to swap the stream, especially this deep into it. I have done a shiny hunt stream with Scarlet and Violet a long time ago, but I rarely get the ambition to even shiny hunt in Scarlet and Violet on my own time, let alone on stream. So I'd rather just say that I'm not going to now and surprise you all if I change my mind later, than say that it'll happen someday and never get around to it. Because especially with casual streams like this, I kind of go off vibes. Go on based what I'm feeling most up to chilling with at the time. Plus, like, eventually I want to get back to full stream playthroughs, even though I stream kind of infrequently. Next all shiny Paldea Pokemon. Man, I don't even know if we're gonna get all shiny Hisui Pokemon anytime in the near future. Good one. Ah, screw it. Like, it might divert us from softer setting if there are Burmites here, and that alone is worth checking it out. Like, the downside of having only 2 shiny Pokemon left to go for is that the places that we can actually find those Pokemon become more and more limiting. There is Tumblr. Fair argument. I will file that one under reasons to play Scarlet and Violet. I will not tell you how high the piles for and against there are. Let's see. You know, we've had like 5 soft resets already. This AC is going back on. Going back on until I find an outbreak that I actually want to do. I'm not sure if you're here when I asked the question before, if I actually even asked it. But what are you excited for? Are you interested in Legend ZA, Ace? And if so... Now, actually, that's it. That was the question. I'm not sure why I thought there was a second part. I guess what are you looking forward to? I guess I was thinking, are you looking forward to it, and are you getting it? Which I guess, technically, those two things aren't fully guaranteed to be the same thing, but in my head, they definitely felt that way. I guess I could also ask, are you looking forward to the Legend ZA Pokemon Presents? Shoot. It's coming up in July. That's all I remember about it off the top of my head. Yeah, yes to all, of course. Unfortunately, I can only say yes to one of them, and that's looking forward to the Legend ZA, because, like, those presents, or should I say, looking forward to the present itself, because those presents, at the very least, give me something to do as background noise while I'm going through the workday. That's always cool. But secondly, there's something about the previous ZA trailer that kind of made me less excited for it. I wouldn't say that it made me dislike it or that it was bad, but I went from being really excited for the game to being kind of neutral towards it, and I'm kind of hoping that this next one turns me around. True. Like, it'd be really cool for us to see new regional forms. I can understand if they don't want to show everything off and leave some surprises for the game itself, but that would be something that helps sell me on the concept. But why am I talking to you when I mean to talk to Laventon? It's like, I'm a little worried about the wild areas, I guess is a big one. Like, from what they showed in that previous ZA trailer, it seemed like the wild areas were kind of small, kind of like more enclosed, or less enclosed than even the wild area in Sword and Shield. I'm gonna hold that thought because this might be the sad moment where I have to turn off the AC. Just find mine and get the moment of truth. No Lilligant. Or no Petalil. But I'm gonna turn off the AC anyways, because Spirit Tomb is worth checking out as well, and we'll see what else there is to explore along the way. And yeah, new Magus would be cool too. I'm a little... The one problem I have, or a concern I have, is that we're only going to get one or the other. Because I can imagine if they would want to either focus on the Megas or focus on the regional forms. In terms of marketing and hype, I don't know if there's really any benefit to doing both regionals and Megas, besides more is better. But I feel like if you would... I almost feel like you would want... The marketing team would want to focus on one or the other, just so they can bring us more Megas. Because, like, if they... Or bring us more of one or the other. Because I feel... I don't know if I would say a concern, but my thought is... If they do both Megas and regional forms, that would mean that they would have to focus... They wouldn't be able to focus on either Megas or regional forms. The creative teams would be spread out and divided between the two. On the other hand, if they focus on just new Megas or just new regional forms, that means we could see more regionals or more Mega forms. And if we're gonna get anything between the two, it would be the Megas. Like, they've been teased in the trailers. So it just feels like if they're only gonna give us one or the other, it feels kind of apparent that they would give us more. They would give us exclusively new Mega forms and not any new regional forms. But as a fan of this game and the way they incorporated regional forms, I would definitely enjoy both of them. I will say that. Mega Magikarp. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, like... I'm a little conflicted with a Machop body? Are you trying to say Garchomp or Machop? Because I can see that going either way and being cursed. Or awesome. Either way. There's room for both possibilities to blur us in every imaginable way. Ah, Machop. Why stop with Machop? Why not go all the way to Machamp? That's okay. I figured that was a misspelling, and that's why I asked. All good. Honestly, I'm impressed of anyone whose native language isn't English that can make any attempt to speak English with an English-speaking streamer. It's very well appreciated on my end as someone who didn't get far in their foreign language classes. So I would even go as far as to say, no need to apologize. I appreciate you being understanding, but no need to apologize. It's cool that you can even... It's cool that you can even speak English at all. No problem, won't do. Anyway, Ruby. Like, I definitely don't need it, but it would be cool to have. Try to remember if I've gotten the Red Scorpion in Pokemon Go at all. Oh yeah! Funny story with Skarubi in particular. I just gotta double check with my memory to make sure that that it was actually Skarubi and not like Skunk Tank or something. But I think Skarubi is one of those cases of a one of the few cases in a game where you can save before getting a shiny, where a shiny got away from me. I was in the middle of a massive outbreak, checking out these Skarubis when I believe I don't even remember seeing the red, but I do remember hearing the sparkle before I got completely obliterated by the Skarubi army. And when I went back to the massive outbreak after the game's equivalent of dying, it was gone. At this rate, never to be seen again. Fortunately, that's like one of 2 times in the history of playing this game. The 400 plus hours we are in it. Wait, did I say new wave approaching? Of course it did. This isn't even why I'm here, and yet. Screw it. I'm gonna just skip this, and just to ensure that we got time to check out the Spirit Tombs. Maybe someday I'll be blessed with a Red Scorpion in this game. I think I got one in Pokemon Go at this point. I just don't remember where. Okay, take them all off to the ground. Put this up so I can hide easier. Throw some smoke bombs for extra measures, because these things are a little bit of a pain to fight. Excuse me. So if I can just catch them and not have them notice me, that would be great. Oh cool, one of them noticed me. Let's see how many I can catch before they all get alerted. Cool. Cool. Progly. You gotta play rough, right? You wanna see how many Spirit Tombs you can take before they inevitably annihilate you? Let's find out together! One play rough for the field research. Cool, if that would have knocked it out. This is like the one time that my philosophy of, well, if it's just gonna get caught in a Pokeball anyways, then I might... This is like the one time I would have preferred to just knock them out, and I'm not too keen on trying to catch them. Like, what? I was just about to say they're a real pain to catch, and then I realized I used a Great Ball on it. Why? In all reality, I should be just focusing on knocking out or getting as many of them red as possible, because, like, play rough is probably my best bet. At least out of the Pokemon that actually need field research done for them. Ooh, hold on. We got some fun going on Twitch. I get to hit the ban button, because we got a bot promoting bot-like activities. Huzzah. The robot is no more. Yeah, any day a human can have a victory against a machine in this day of society is a good day. Because the robot apocalypse is upon us. With the unfortunate side effect that it's nowhere as cool as in the movies. I did not realize just how perfect of a counter to Spirit Tomb that Probably is between his play rough and the fact that it's immune to one of his two moves. Granted, it does also have Dark Pulse. That's the reason I'm in red health in the first place. But the fact that these Spirit Tombs have been so fixated on attacking me with a move that can't hurt me is kind of wild. I would never expect this big bulky cat to be such a good counter to the internal angered spirits of like 600 spirits, and there we go. I can't even complain. It feels like that was overdue a long time ago. Giga Cat, yeah. Giga Cat really put in the work there. Jeez. It feels like we've been forever on this outbreak, and it's not even technically one of the outbreaks that we're looking for. Yeah. Temptation just knocked them out. It's so strong. The Spirit Tomb has had way too many chances as is. There we go. I was just on the verge of hitting the knockout button. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I gotta revive Per Ugly ASAP. Alright. No signs stopping anytime soon. I was gonna say that feels like too long, but I think this is like the only real noticeable thing from this outbreak anyways. If I'm tempted to go after one Cynical Outbreak just to see. Where is that satchel? Oh, there we go. And was there another one? No. Web balls and the angry one. You'll have to clarify what the web balls are if that's not just a joke. Maybe you're referring to like the jet balls, because they kind of look like a spider web. I mean, I'm only thinking of it as a spider web because you're saying it, and I'm seeing the white there, so maybe. Green? Okay. Oh, the sticky glob. Yeah, I could use those. I just didn't feel that was necessary. Because, like, it's out of all this... I like... Maybe I'm being a little too stingy with them, because technically I could buy them, but... Force of habit. Because you can't... Mud is like one of the forgeable materials that you can't actually buy. Therefore, you can't really just forge sticky globs whenever you please. Well, anytime we just randomly run into mud is a blessing. I can't believe I'm saying that. Maybe if I wasn't so stupid long ago and just sold a bunch of mud, we still have some to this day. A bit of a stretch because that was so long ago and I've used so many green sticky glob balls in that time frame. Well, Cyndaquil's kind of like, you doing okay, little fella? But you can easily find them on the beach in the boxes. I guess I don't normal. That's not my preferred farming area for them. Like in the volcano, usually you can just get a whole bunch of mud there, but like that's a little bit too out of my way. So sometimes I don't. I try to remember to go there every time I'm in the area, but I'm sure I don't always think about it. You know, I can't believe it. I've made all this talk about just like how I need to be conservative and stingy with my sticky globs, and then I'm just subconsciously throwing sticky globs at the Cyndaquils. What have I done? Like, of all things that I could use sticky globs, that I need to use sticky globs on, it's not Cyndaquil. Do I want to bother with that other Cyndaquil? You know what, sure, we're already here. We've already gone so far off the beaten path. So many detours. Then I might as well just go for the other Cyndaquil outbreak. This might be the last. We're almost at 2 hours, so I might not have the time to soft reset for an outbreak of a Pokemon I actually am hunting for. So maybe we can just end off on Cyndaquil as a good luck charm. Just a little bit further. Pull up some more stealth sprays. Let's see how many we can catch. Yeah, frick. Yeah, if the collision was better, that wouldn't have been an issue. Dang it, no, you got me using sticky gloves on things I don't need the sticky gloves on subconsciously because of so much talk about the sticky gloves. Skill issue fair. Dang it, like, man, I can't believe like 2 minutes ago I was just doing it like a pro on handheld when the motion sensors were completely off and whack, and now that I actually got the refined controls that I'm looking for, of course now I'm just botching it. Also, where the heck are the rest of the Cyndaquils? Rainstorm may go a bit longer, but surely there's another Cyndaquil hiding around here. Probably ran off because I was making such a mess of myself. But to where? You know, if you're gonna be so far away from everything, little Cyndaquil, you could have just vanished instead of just hiding in a random part of the map that I can't even see. You even got the attention. Oh, there you are. And I swear, there's a second wave that we could have been doing. Nope, this whole time. But I just missed out on because I was messing around here for so long, then I would have been a little salty, but it's cool. There wasn't a second wave. In fact, I'm just doing this as fast as time. The problem with banning bots is then being able to actually see the Twitch chat after the bot's been banned. I go to the full screen and I still have the menu of account there. Maybe if I type something random in the chat, it'll... Nope. Yeah, screw it. It's almost over. Why worry about it? Just as long as there's not any messages that I'm missing, then we're all good. And I just remembered the other reason why I'm usually more stingy with sticky globs. Because if I don't battle things, then I don't make any progress on the Pokedex. I'm just now realizing that. Well, that was fast. How is this massive outbreak still going? I thought we got the message of it about being ready to end like a minute ago. No. I've been told that rapidly tapping the dash button is faster than just holding it. I think the technicality of it is that, like, it keeps you from losing altitude as quickly. But who knows? You can run away. On the tangent of things that are not related to my hunt, that I'm surprised I haven't gotten yet with how many times they've been part of my detours, Bonsly. Red Sudowoodo is cool. So is Red Bonsly. Be cool if either of them showed up. Nope. Okay. Yeah, we're at the 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna end things off here. Thanks everyone for coming by. On the YouTube end, like I was explained before, it's a little bit weird of a time because I had to put a pause on my main playthrough, but I am still uploading shorts every Sunday, so tomorrow you can enjoy a little fun content from a previous playthrough. And Tuesday I've been doing a weekly game design series where I share some of my progress related to the Godot game engine that I've been messing around with. Next stream, I was about to get to that, but the next stream, I'm not good with streaming. There's a reason why this is the first stream I've done in like several months. Half the reason that I've been streaming is to try to do a little more consistently. So I can't promise when the next stream will be, but I do know this is the general time frame I do stream. So it might be next week at around 7:30 Eastern, but I might also put it off until the following week at Friday. If you're subscribed to the channel, then you can usually see a notification when I go live. If nothing else, in your sub feeds, a video or a little something goes up when I set up a stream that tells you exactly when the stream is gonna be. So when I know I'm ready to stream, you'll see when I'm ready to stream. I think that's all I got for now. So until the next time we meet, take care. And just when I see myself spin in the previews, I'll know to stop it. Except YouTube is kind of far behind. One more time on the Twitch end, just so I can actually